Just keep playing the next play. Just play the next play and see what happens. And they continue to do that. We made plays on offense, defense, and special teams. And at the end of the deal, we were up. And that's all that matters. Dadgum, I knew if our offense had the ball with whatever, we had a chance.
And everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. And I won't answer.
And you are better
Now who he gonna get and what he gonna do? Run up on me if you want to.
This is Cody Hawkins here with the Cattle Mills Fox Radio Network. Week 2 of the Coach Cody Crane Show this week, brought to you by Hunt Custom Homes. Well, Coach, 1-0 is better than 0-1, 55-21 win over the Leopards of Gainesville. You know, Mark's talked about atmosphere. We heard about body language. How do you think your team in the first quarter played? It looked like it took a little bit to maybe knock some of the rust off.
Maybe so, yes, sir. You know, whenever it's been a long time since we've played a football game. It's been a lot of months, and so just to get there and understand the sights and sounds again of Friday night, how everything fits together, offense, defense, special teams. It's hard work to get a football team. It's hard work for the kids to get here to execute exactly right. And, you know, it's the old coach adage that the most improvement in your football team is going to be seen between week 1 and week 2. And so we hope that we're going to make strides forward this week, but we were happy with a lot of things, and obviously we knew no matter what we're going to have some areas for improvement, and we saw both of those things on Friday night.
You know, Thomason's first start here, he was a 2-year letterman, but at least first start under center, 304 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a pick. Do you feel like sometimes maybe trying too hard with the deep ball at times? Maybe,
yeah. But he has such a strong arm, and that's something that's going to be great for us over the course of the year. You know, and what our offense is make your read and get the ball out to where it belongs. And if that's where the read says to go, let's go. And we knew that they would probably be playing press man, and if they do that, it's take your shot. And Coach McDonald came and said, hey, we're going to take some shots, and said, hey, let's go. That's what we're here to do, and take what the defense gives us. And so they were giving us some of those as well.
You know, last year, you know, with Tyler, you know, so much was made with his legs. Is that something you kind of want to avoid this year, your quarterback not taking as many big shots?
No, we want him to be him.
Yeah.
You know, we want him to move the chains, and however he does it. You know, he tucked the ball and scrambled it, and Jason does. He likes to throw it, and he would rather throw it than scramble. But we're just trying to teach him to be a quarterback and take what the defense gives, and all those situations and all the experiences he'll gain over the next little bit and develop into the quarterback that he will eventually become.
Yeah, 122 yards rushing, 4 different players. Of course, Adrian Baxter, leading rusher at 111. Got a little taste of Adrian last year in the playoffs towards the end of the year. Man, he looks like a strong kid.
Yes, sir. He's had a great spring, great summer. Very physical, well-built, hard-working kid. Low to the ground, kind of the Barry Sanders type of mold, and fast whenever he gets the open field. So we're awful excited about Adrian. We think that he had a good start to his year, and we look for big things to come down in the future. But in saying that, I will say, too, I'm sorry to cut you off, but to do that, we had to have 5 big boys up front. Make a way for them. and we're really excited about our size, our height, and those guys are coming together as a unit, and, you know, under the direction of Coach Ritchie, and just getting better every time we get together.
You know, speaking of the O-line, you know, very disciplined group. Not a lot of holding calls or offsides against you guys at all. Is that just something y'all preach? Don't get behind the chains?
Well, yes, obviously, yes. And the one thing that we try to track and is pre-snap as post-snap penalties. We think those are 100% controllable with discipline, and that we had some pre-snap penalties. We had 0 post-snap penalties.
Correct.
And so Coach McDonald talked earlier about class pride and toughness, and we felt like we played with a lot of class in between the whistles as hard as we could go. So yes, we feel like our kids did a great job during the snap, but then their discipline showed up pre and post snap as well.
Over on defense, have a lot of guys zooming around, of course, Hall and a bunch of guys, but had some gash in the running games at times. Was that just them doing something y'all saw on film, bad tackling, over pursuing?
Leverage issue. 100% over pursuing. And it was, if they had a big run on us, it was a cutback, and it was because every play, it needs to be run between two safeties. And so if it gets to the third level, we have to have a safety's hat outside and a safety's hat inside. And if that gets off either way, then we're in trouble. And we had some kids trying and fighting to get to the ball and lost their leverage. And so that's been a focus this week. We've done a lot of leverage drills. And as a safety group, we're the last line of defense. And so if it gets to us, we've got to have outstanding leverage and make tackles.
Had a couple guys really splash off the page. Adrian Resendez, hope I'm saying that last name
sir,
right.
absolutely.
64.
Yes,
man,
sir.
he lived in the backfield.
We playing a wing T team. We want our defensive tackles to control the trap, and I mean, he played good. He was physical, and that kid has worked extremely hard all summer. He's been to camps. He's worked out. We watched film last year's Gainesville, and he's lost a lot of weight. Looks good, played well. We were really excited about him up front.
Another one, I actually rewatched the game. I was telling Mark I actually rewatched the game complete last night. Another one, little ball hawk, JoJo Garcia. He's another guy that one was up and down the field all night.
Absolutely. And, this was JoJo's first actual quality, big-time playing on the field since we've been here. JoJo's been around. He was in our program last year, but didn't get many quality minutes the year before. Didn't play football, and so this was the first year that he got quality minutes and came to play. And towards the end of the game, made a mistake or two early, but boy, there was a tackle on our sideline that was absolutely picture perfect. It was really, really good to see.
Some things in week one, I know practices are a little bit different, but had some special teams miscues, had some guys returning kicks that might not be, just different things. Because that's something I saw when you, especially the fumble there, you about jumped out of your skin over there.
Well, just try to prepare and coach and teach every situation, but there's so many. We done pop-up kicks. Obviously, we haven't done them to every single position on the kickoff return, but we try to do that, and that's something as a coaching staff we take pride in. We want our kids to feel prepared and be prepared in every situation, and there were some that we weren't. Partially because of our fault, we didn't teach it well enough. Partially, they're young in the program still, and so yes, those are things that we want to see major improvement on moving forward.
Well, that turns the page on Gainesville. Now Bullard comes in. Of course, they lost to Maybank. Battle of the Panthers.
Right,
I was able to find some highlights. Not a lot to go on with Bullard and Maybank as far as stats go, but I did hear the Tyler affiliate call it the Battle of the Panthers. They were 6-5 last year. We went up there and won 61-7 at their place last year. Kind of dominated from start to finish. Looking back at the roster, Bullard, young football team. They like to throw the football, though. That's for sure.
They do. In their scrimmage that we got one scrimmage and one game film is what we got for film, and they like to put it up. So last year we scouted this quarterback that's playing against us, and then whenever we got to the game, he didn't play.
They flipped.
Yes.
I remember that. Yeah.
And so he's a senior this year. He delivers the ball very well. Is accurate, has a big arm, and has some receivers that can run and get open at offensive line that can protect him. So we are, it's kind of a transition.
Yeah.
We love in non-district. We want to see a little bit of everything. We saw wing T this week. We're going to see spread, and so we get opportunity to see everything. And looking forward to watching our kids play the pass. Excuse me.
Just 61-7 last year sticks out. But one thing I think that I was thinking about going this Bullard game is I found our broadcast from last year. Any ideas of maybe playing Thomason both ways like maybe Townley did last year?
We have thought about that, and he has played safety and corner. He has practiced a little bit this year, but we know whenever it's time he could get out there and play for us. So I don't know if it'll be this week. I don't know if it'll be in the future, but at some point Jason will be on the field defensively.
Real quick, we talked about a game off camera here last week. Were you surprised by the Gunner Sunnyvale score?
I was a little bit, and Coach told me how good Gunner was. But Sunnyvale's a big physical team, and I thought they might, get their motor going a little bit, but he said they are good. And so Sunnyvale's going to be plenty good whenever it comes time to play.
Oh,
them.
absolutely. Last year I felt like we were kind of road warriors last year, in Gainesville, Bullard, then to Canton, then to,
Yes.
How is it this year a little bit different getting to start, first couple games here at home?
It is cool.
Yeah.
We get 2 games at home, but here's the thing is over the next 8 games, we only have 3 at home.
That's
so
true.
from this point forward, we'll feel like road warriors. But it is nice. It is nice to get back in front of our home crowd with no seating limitations.
Yeah.
We had a beautiful atmosphere. Everybody was out to support these kids, the cheerleaders, our band. So many kids involved on Friday night, and it was a real neat thing to be a part of.
Last question here. Sometimes I like to maybe not go Caddo Mills anything. Of course, I'm going to mention NIL at the college level. Quinn Ewers should be a senior
Right.
at Southlake. Just signed another $1.4 million endorsement deal. He's never even had a Buckeyes jersey on.
Right.
I know you like college football like me. You've got some friends. Of course, you coach Lincoln Riley in
Right.
high school. What do you think? How far do you think this goes in the high school ranks?
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. My mind is boggled right now with it, really. And I think about it all the time. And then, and maybe off the subject a little bit, but with Texas and OU moving to the SEC, that's going to make that conference in that area just so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. But I care about, I don't have a favorite college football team.
Yeah.
I like a lot of them. I really do. I root for coaches. I root for Texas schools, people that I know. And so I care about the overall health of college football, because the overall health of college football directly influences the overall health of high school football.
Mm-hmm.
We have to have high school players wanting to play to get to college players wanting to play to get to the NFL. So I think it all jives. I don't know what the future holds. I hope, this is such a beautiful game, and at the high school level, it is at its absolute purest.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that we keep, some semblance of that, but I don't know. I don't know if one of these days a high school kid will have the opportunity in Texas to make money. I don't know. I don't know what that's going to be, but I think about it all the time.
Yeah, that's been shocking. Well, Coach, good luck this week, and let's go out and beat Bullard.
Hey, looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks, bud.
Yep.